All right, so I'm going to start out this video and let you know I personally have manifested some wild, crazy, phenomenal things that completely defy all logic and reason. And I continue to manifest bigger and bigger and bigger quantum jumping type things. I'm going to explain to you the two main things that I have discovered that stop, derail, F up the manifestation process and what other people struggle with. And this is from working with thousands of people over the years. Real quick, if you're brand new here and this is your first time ever seeing a video from me, my name's Judy. I teach all things intuition, psychic development, spiritual awakening, healing, and manifesting. So if those are topics that interest you, that you would like to learn more about, if you are not already a subscriber, I'm going to give you a hot 2 seconds to hit that subscribe button right now. All right, so for the people who have an extremely low attention span, the first one is you're not an energetic, emotional match to what it is that you want. The second thing is you're trying to control it. So let's dive into more specific meat and potatoes on those two things. So when it comes to emotionally connecting with it, what a lot of people, I don't know if I want to say screw up or what they're doing wrong. A lot of people are in a very needy, I have to have it, desperate type situation. Okay, that's pretty basic. I think a lot of people know that. But here's the thing I've discovered that a lot of people don't know. There are 3 different types of manifestations, and a lot of people start out at the wrong level. Because remember, the first one is you are not emotionally connected with it in the right frequency or vibration, whatever it is that you want to call it. So the first level of manifestation is when you don't know what you want, you just want something better. That is the like low vibe type stuff. You're desperate, you're in need. Make sure you hang out so I could dive into some more meat and potatoes with number 2. But let's continue with the 3 different types of manifestations. So the first one is life is an absolute, complete, and total shit show. You really are not laser focused and clear on exactly what you want. You just know you want to feel better. The second type of manifestation, and I found, because I've done this personally too, but with working with so many people, the second type that blocks a lot of people is they feel like it's greedy or selfish. The second type of manifestation, I refer to it as just enough. I just want just enough to pay the bills. I want just enough to have a safer, reliable vehicle that's going to get me to work without breaking down every month. When you do the just enough, it's always going to leave you in a state of lack. Now, the third kind is what most people would refer to as quantum jumping. It is an entirely different reality. It's like living your dream life. But here's where people screw up with that. The energetic match. Say you're in a situation or whatever it is, and that energy is right here. It's not happy, it's not good. And you're envisioning whatever it is that you're envisioning, a whole entire new reality. There is such a huge gap between those two spaces. It's like for someone who doesn't know how to walk or jog or run, entering them into a marathon. It's gonna be hard. There's other steps that you need to go through in order to train yourself to get to that bigger piece. Making sense? If so, like the video, so I know we're on the same page. So how do you bridge that gap between what it is that you want to achieve or manifest? Because essentially it's a goal. I personally work with my spirit guides. I've done all the cord cutting, the crystals, the meditations, all of that stuff in the past, and it never really got me to where I want it to be. They were like small one-off wins. We'll talk more about that later. So the second thing that a lot of people screw up is trying to control how the manifestation happens. When you're trying to control it, you're essentially telling, we'll say, the universe that you don't trust it. And a lot of people go out searching and seeking and looking for things. Or they wind up doing some repetitive thing and then like banging their head into the freaking wall wondering why it's not working. Let me give you like a super quick example. Say you're trying to manifest your soulmate, the love of your life, a wonderful relationship, companionship, whatever it is. So you're taking all of these actions. Maybe you're going on a dating app. Maybe you're going to different social events or whatever it is. They're actively doing things, which is good. That is part of the manifestation process, but you're doing the wrong things trying to control how you think that perfect person is going to come in. Let me give you some personal examples. Years ago, when I first started my first business that had nothing to do with psychic stuff, my marriage was going down the toilet and I did not want to be home. I did not want to be in that environment. So when I was working from home, I was focusing on manifesting a shop or a studio, a storefront that I could work out of. Okay. I did not actively really go out looking for anything. Okay. We're talking about controlling the how. Most people would think, let me go online and do some research or look at real estate stuff or whatever it is. One day I was out and about just doing whatever it was that I was doing. And I happened to run into this older man. And I was sitting in a coffee shop doing some work on my laptop. And this man came over and sat next to me and he was like, what are you working on? He's just being friendly. And I told him I'm working on building my business. And then he asked, well, where's your business office at? And I'm like, I don't have one. He then proceeded to tell me he has lots of real estate property and he happens to have a studio or a storefront office available right down the street. Okay, cool, great. But I couldn't afford shit at the time. He asked me if I wanted to go look at it. I was like, all right, sure. So he drove his car, I drove mine. We go to this studio. I'm walking around. I'm like, this place is perfect. He then told me the rent, I think it was like $1,200 a month. I don't remember the exact number. And right away I thought, I can't afford that. So I told him, I'm sorry. I can't afford that. I'm just starting out. He then asks, what can you afford? And embarrassingly, I told him like $500 a month, which was a little less than half of what he charges for that space. But here's where the manifestation happened. He looked at me and he's like, I see a very successful budding entrepreneur in you. I own this building. I do not have a mortgage to pay. He's like, I'm going to give you your break and I'm going to charge you what you can afford. Since then, in the last 18 months alone of making this video, I have manifested over $2 million worth of abundance. So to go back to number one, that energetic emotional match for it. A lot of people think it's not possible. They believe they're not worthy of. It's out of their scope of reality. They're not deserving of it. And they try and control how it happens. The hardest part is really releasing the control. And you have to energetically, emotionally really connect with it. And once you're connected with the emotion of it, no, I need it, I have to have it type emotion, you sit down and discover what your actual specific blocks are. Any negative thoughts, negative emotions that come up for you. You then do a healing and a clearing session to remove all of that negative stuff and inject and install the upgraded version of you. So this way, here's where you're at. This is what you want. You have to do some, I refer to it as spiritual surgery, to clear out all of that garbage. When you're clearing out all of that garbage, your energy, emotional match, naturally increases to where you connect with it. And then the universe is going to deliver you the right people, places, things, opportunities. You really don't have to control the how. This is something that you need to put on repeat cycle. I want you to think of it this way. It is like a daily thing that you need to do, depending on how serious it is, whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. If you are really serious about it and invested into it. Think of it this way. I'm going to be completely and totally honest here with you. When you first start doing something, 9 times out of 10, you suck at it because you don't know what you're doing. You don't have the practice under your belt, but you have to stick with it and keep doing what is working and doing it faster and faster and more and more and more. And you're creating a momentum. When you get in the swing of doing those things, you're going to notice your manifestations start happening. And then you're able to go to bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger life-changing things. Is anything I'm saying making sense for you? If so, like the video so I know we're on the same page. Do me a favor and interact with me here a little bit. Comment below what it is that you would like to manifest or what it is that you've learned so far just watching this video. All right, so I told you the thing that I do now is working with my guides to clear out my garbage. And again, let me give you a no bullshit type truth here. This is something you will put into practice for the rest of your life. Oh, I guess I should turn off my phone notifications when I'm making a video, right? And here's what I mean by this. Think of like a ladder with all the steps in between, okay? You're at the bottom of the ladder. You want to manifest whatever it is. You get to that thing. Okay, now you've manifested that. Okay, you're going to want more. You're going to want bigger and better things and continue to put it into practice. And you're going to elevate. And then you're going to elevate. With each elevation, right, to achieving your manifestation, whatever the next thing is that you want, there is going to be blocks because it's something different. It's something bigger. It's something better. It's out of your comfort zone. You have to work through and heal those blocks. So you see what I'm saying, where this is a cycle. As you're continuing to grow and learn and evolve, new things are always going to come up for you. Let me give you an example so you could relate a little bit. At this point in my life, I am very comfortable handling a few $1,000,000. A few years ago, that was a far-fetched, out of this world, non-reality type thing. Again, I practice what I preach. So now I'm at this point where I want to start and open up a battered women's housing community, not a homeless shelter. Think of it like an apartment complex or a hotel. That requires a different energetic level of myself emotionally. It's not something I can run and handle and manage all by myself, so I got to get really comfortable with working with people and hiring the right people, trusting the right people. Something like that is going to cost several $1,000,000. Okay? I don't know anything about investing. So you see, there's new blocks that are coming up. Part of the blocks that I am personally dealing with right now that I've become comfortable handling a few $1,000,000, is what if I die? What happens to it? Where does it go? Like weird things are going to come up for you. So again, I'm just telling you that to reiterate, new levels, when you achieve new things, whatever the next thing is, there's going to be blocks in between here. Again, to reiterate, this is a process you are going to use for the rest of your life. Anyway, I think you got what it was that you were looking for out of this video. I don't want to bore you and make it super long. So if you would like to stop hoping, wishing, praying, creating spells that don't work, cord cutting, chakra clearings, because I've tried them all in the past. They did not work to the depth and level and magnitude that working with your spirit guides will, because they can supercharge your manifestations. If you would like a video training specifically on that, in the description here, you might have to click on see more. I'll put a link to a free video training for you there that you can dive into and see what you can pull out of it. All right, I got other videos to make. You go have a high vibrational, phenomenal, kick freaking ass day. Feel free to binge on all the other content I have on this channel. It is there to help you.